Okay, we here live. This is Frank Diggity. You know what I'm saying? Butt Naked News. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even give a fuck what I look like because I ain't trying to be pretty. I really don't give a fuck about myself like that. Like, people probably think so. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm attractive because I've heard the shit. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like my life is like really like a disaster, and you know you just got to take a little in-depth look at what I'm saying about where I come from and how I became who I am or what I am today. To really get a grasp of what I'm saying or how I say it just doesn't matter day to day what you look like sometimes, most of the times, or nothing you think, because people don't really even care. But they definitely want to know about drama and shit that's happening in your life that's fucked up. So if you know the inside of what's going on with me, you know what I'm saying, you can understand me a hell of a lot more than what you know what I'm saying. We can't build a relationship if you don't know where I'm from. So, you know, to give you some insight of who I am, we're gonna ask some questions, about, you know, how the fuck I became Deion Jones, Frank Diggity, why I don't even give a fuck to be existent with regular people. I feel like I'm different because the shit that's happened. So, you know what I'm saying? Cameraman slash whatever you want to do, call yourself. Ask me anything you want, and I'll tell you my life.
How do you feel about your life?
I kind of gave you some insight on that already. You know, I feel like I like it a little bit some days, but that's probably just when I'm relieving stress, like fucking or something. Like on some real shit. Like you don't understand if you don't know what I'm talking about. Like I don't really like anything. Like I know this much. I feel like this about my life. I tell a motherfucker they attractive, and I know the approach or what I get from the person usually is negative, and that's a bad thing. So if you ask me what I think about my life, I really think my life is shit ball. I know it is. The only thing that I really give a fuck about in my life is my kids. If I never had had my kids, right now I'd already killed myself. Straight up. And that ain't even no pulling no punches. I got a mental disorder that's bipolar, you know what I'm saying? And we'll get into that later, but I'm sure, that's just where I'm at
Who raised you?
with it. Multiple people. Like, so I got a real strong opinion from a lot of different influences that made me who I am. Like if to the, try to break it down and give you what you really want.
Okay. How old were you when you started to run the streets?
It's hard to believe, man, but I put a clip on Facebook where a family member was talking to me in the car, and it just happened today. It happened to be 2014, what, August 20th, and it just happened like bits and pieces of my life start coming together, and it's crazy because I'm 41 the 31st of this month, but I'm still putting my life together from when I was a child. So she asked me, she told me I was running the streets and they were going to the bar. That's late. And I bet you 5, 6, and 7 years old. I know that for a fact. I was running the whole city of Richmond and just being whatever I wanted to do, I did that. Because I really didn't ever get fed at home 2 and 3 days. Sometimes I'd be put in a basement, and that's the answer. So I'm going to just move
Okay. What is your worst memory of Christmas?
on. That's like a really good question because, it really has a lot to do with why I'm so fucked up. And I knew I was different than other people. That attitude came out real easy because one Christmas, I remember my brother and sister, my older brother and sister that came from town. That's my biological siblings from my mom. There's four of us, and I'm the youngest. The oldest two are light skinned, so I think there's always been a little bit of difference because she didn't like black people. Dark, you know what I'm saying? My dad is real dark, and that's why I'm looking like I'm looking. And yeah, she, one time they came in for Christmas, and my brother and sister, and I remember sitting in the other room because people didn't really want me in there, you know. And I just had a moment to myself, and I seen my brother and sister had gifts surrounding them so deep, you know, like it was 3 or 4 feet in the air of gifts, you know, so we're circling both of them. And I got like a fire truck and a fire truck hat and a fucking Tonka Troy that was plastic, like it wasn't even real. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to focus on little shit like that, but I'm telling you, like, that's how fucked up shit was for me when I was a kid. And for Christmas that year, I never would ever forget it because it was like some of the worst shit you could ever experience as a kid to not get shown love like the other kids that are just as equal as you know? You shouldn't see that, so.
Okay. Where was your mother and father?
I couldn't answer it really though, because I can tell you stories that I've heard, because I don't know where my mom was, and my dad, he was in the same town where I was at, and I never met him until two or 3 years ago. But I'd seen him, and I'd spoke to him when I was like 14, and I'd seen him at my brother's graduation, and it was actually my sister's graduation from him, you know, from some other mom or whatever. But I seen him from the back, you know what I'm saying? And I recognized that suit, and I never got this burgundy suit, shirt, and the gray suit out of my vision, but it actually ended up being my dad. I actually realized once he passed, because I seen a picture and it confirmed it for me that that was him, you know, in front of me, and I didn't know. And my mom was like, "Here goes your son," just real ghetto. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't expect, if you wanted somebody to get to know somebody, that you would probably be aggressive in trying to get them to recognize who this person might be that's with you or whatever. So, you know, I think even as a father right now, I wouldn't want to be approached like that. So I don't even have any qualm or anything bad to say about my dad, because I'm pretty sure that I'd have been an okay dude, because I see how the rest of my family panned out, you know. But then again, I had my own problems too, along with my family issues that would have, I don't know.
Okay. Were you ever in foster care?
I was in foster care. Uh, the first time I got taken away, I was living in this apartment. It's called Norwoods in Richmond, Indiana. And I got taken away and put in the back of a police car, and they took me to foster care in Fountain City, Indiana. So, yeah.
How long were you there?
For the first one, it was like 2 years, and then you gotta excuse me a little bit. I kind of get a little, when I get to thinking about that shit. But please don't, man, don't do that, please. Come on, man. You trying to redo this shit? You could, serious? Sorry, I had to be that real nigga again, because people are fucking crazy out there. That's my buddy, though. You love him to death. Yeah, go.
Were you ever abused in foster care?
Yeah. Let me tell you the most fucked up shit you probably ever hear. I was in foster care and I pissed the bed, and that was part of the abuse. That stop it, man. That shit ain't fucking funny.
I
What the fuck is wrong with you? That ain't funny, man.
No, the way you said it.
I mean, come on, man. God damn, man. That ain't funny, man. So, ends up that the foster parents was black, because the first ones were white that I got taken to, you know. And they made me go to school. They took pictures of me with a Polaroid camera. And because I pissed the bed in that foster home, and this was like 6 or 7 foster homes probably into my foster home shit, it ended up being like 9 or 10 at the very end. But it to think about it is just fucked up. Yeah, they made me put on a diaper and take a picture of the Polaroid, take it to school to Rose Hamilton in Centersville, and show the class. And I did it like it was, and tried to make it be a joke, you know. So I guess that's probably where I got like my comedic side. I tried to make everything work for me, no matter what the situation was. And I know that's probably where a lot of that shit came from, and the DNA, the genes. But yeah, they made me take that to class because they thought it was a problem that I could solve on my own, and I was just being lazy, like a lot of other people thought. But I think I actually got a kidney problem right now. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that's in my family too. So I mean, hey, you know, that kind of goes to show, you know, some of the abuse that I got was people don't understand life, or they don't understand shit, you know. A lot of people that are in charge of you are fucking dumb or unknowing, so they don't know shit. So knowledge will make you do some lack of knowledge will make you do some fucked up shit. Like, you know, you're the kid that's set out free, that's on your own, you know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden you see, bam, life hits your ass, and you be like, God damn, this shit is realer than, you know what I'm saying, I thought it was. And what a motherfucker told me, you know, I should have listened, because it's real out here. So, you know what I'm saying? This is a glimpse into Frank Diggity, Underdog, D-Man, D-Marvelous, Dark Dion. You know what I'm saying? What is my other nicknames? D-Man, you know what I'm saying? Gamble, because everything in life is a gamble. A motherfucker I was selling some crack to one time just to keep it a fucking 1,000, man. Because that's a scary ass game. And I didn't get caught, and this is years later. But motherfucker asked me, what's your name, man? And I'm like, scared as fuck. Because you getting easy ass money, man, and then you like, shit, this nigga's trying to take me out the game. What's your name? Shit, my name is Gamble. He was like, well, why is your name Gamble? Why you say that? I was like, shit, because everything's a gamble. Fucking with you's a gamble. Fucking with me's a gamble. Because, bitch, I can fuck around and kill you. You know what I'm saying? Because you trying to take me out. Everything, I want to make this be a point. Everything that I've ever had, that everybody's supposed to have, has, for me, been taken, man. Like childhood, mom, you know what I'm saying? I got left in the hospital. She tried to kill me with her fucking hanger up her pussy. And this is the raw Frank Diggity, you know what I'm saying? If you want to know why I'm weird, or why I seem kind of funny or standoffish towards you, you know what I'm saying? Or why I'm gonna snap off on you if you fucking act stupid with me. I'm bipolar, nigga. So, along with other shit, but I ain't even willing to share, you know? I just ain't, I can't share every fucking thing, every nick and cranny of the recipe of how I became who I am, or you know what I'm saying. And I don't want to make this shit boring for you, but you can ask me some more questions if you want. But I'm gonna give you the real deal.